So what I'm working on right now is the 3-circle game. Initially, when I used to circle her, when I first got her, she would run off kind of frantically, like at full speed. We got her to slow down, but she used to cut in on one side of the circle and then dive way out on the other side of the circle. It seemed like she was drawn to the other horses or drawn to some location she was thinking about outside of us working on the circle. That's gotten a bit better, but I'm still not feeling very connected, and I feel like my body language is a bit awkward. So I'd love feedback on kind of where I'm giving mixed signals or not communicating very well, how to tip her nose, or tip her kind of front end into the inside of the circle and her hind end to the outside of the circle, how to help her balance. Those are the big things I'm working on here. I'm trying to change my stance as I ask her to go out, so I'm trying to work on being very clear about when I'm going to drive her away into the circle versus drawing her in. So when I end the circle, I try to bend over to draw her in, and I'd picture like sucking in my tummy. And then when I'm sending her out, I try to plant my feet, take a deep breath in, kind of like expand my rib cage, and push forward. I'm not sure if it actually conveys correctly, but that's what I'm trying to do. I feel my elbows are awkward here, but I'm attempting to draw in her face and push out her hip at the same time, which doesn't quite look right. Again, I'm trying to picture a backup. I'm looking her dead in the eye, I'm trying to think backup, but I'm still needing to add the hands. My body language alone is not sufficient still. I'd like it to become clearer for her. Here I'm trying to be clear about being soft, my belly is soft. I'm coming up just to say hi, I'm not driving away. So we have the contrast between driving and just coming up. During this, asking for a shoulder yield, I was trying to keep her back feet pretty still and just have her front feet move. I think I missed the fact that her back feet moved a bit, but I was happy that I didn't actually have to touch her with the handle of the whip. We've been struggling a lot with the hindquarter yield. It's been hard for me to get her to cross her feet underneath herself. She usually steps with that inside hind back instead of under, and the front feet tend to move. So there, it's next to each other in front, behind, behind, next to, under, under, behind. So it's also hard for me to end on the correct moment because I'll end right as she steps under, and then she'll finish the movement stepping backwards a little bit. So that one's been pretty tough for me to get the timing right on. In general, I've found with training, I'm pretty okay at starting a concept for a horse, but I can't get it to a higher level. So she knows how to back up off of a feel from the halter. However, I ask for the backup and I get kind of, it's like I'm moving through molasses. It's very slow, very much, like, decent amount of resistance, and then she'll start trying other things because I don't stop the ask. So here I stomped my foot to kind of refocus her, because sometimes it's like she's thinking about something else, she's not really present. So I'd love advice on those, as far as should I increase the ask or not.